we need to get organized with some stuff. First of all these applications, what are we doing with this?
We have a binder that Val and I made. I don't know if
We don't need applications.
Okay.
Once they're in, as long as you make sure, we use this to make sure, is their email right in the system? Is everything good when you close out your interview? Once it's done, let's recycle or shred or get rid of them. We do not need to keep these. Cool? It's extra clutter. Get a recycle bin. No problem.
You can like Google recycle places around me.
Check to see. Second thing, base pay. One, it needs to be entered every week. It's not entered every week, and so we'll have normally Tuesday mornings. That's going to be an administrative job. Allie, I want you on every Tuesday morning. This week, because of Tuesday morning is still part of last week, it'll be Wednesday morning. Now, if it gets bigger and we need help, anybody else jumps at it. This we'll do first thing in the morning, so it would be Zyla, Allie that are here early morning. I need you guys to submit these. We need to look at the night before, right? So sometimes they'll turn in, like Bruna, for instance. She turned this in. Let's pretend that the week ended Monday night. Cool. So we would be doing this morning. If we look at this morning and we're going to submit it, all right, it says 264. Well, what happened on Monday night with Bruna? She dropped $1,000 plus order. Cool. So this changed. Okay. So what you have to do is on Tuesday morning, you need to go to Rollo, and any sheets that were turned in, you need to look at Rollo and see what their final CPOs were. Cool. Because we need to change it. So this will happen tomorrow morning now because the week ends tonight. Okay. But you want to look at their Rollo week, because if we were doing this, it's wrong. All right. So we need to get her final count on appointments and sales, and her commissions are going to be higher. But we just always want to look at the CPO. And if there's you're not sure which is higher, you just call them to make sure you know how many appointments they finished up at. If you need to get that clarity so we can submit their pay properly. But we need to make sure to look at CPOs and see what was the final CPO, because 264 is not her final CPO for the week. It should be over $2,000. Okay. So make sure that we look at that. And then do you guys know how to enter base pay into Vector Connect? Okay, cool. So they do, and they can show you how to turn that in. All right, the second thing is no sheet gets turned in without a manager signature. Cool. Every sheet, when you do it, so first of all, you need to review it. So there should be marks on here. There should be comments on here. So if I'm sitting with Bruna looking at this sheet, what am I pointing out here?
Single people.
Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 single people. All right, and so I'm pointing out, who she's seeing, wife alone. All right. Verified should say who she spoke to. We need to have CPO. We want to know how many recommendations. So making sure they fill this out properly, because this is not a pay sheet. When I talk to them, this right here is to track their progress. This allows us to see the areas of opportunity in their business. It allows us to see, okay, they're having trouble dropping down. Okay, they're not selling sets. Because I had a girl, Crystal, and it was like homemaker, piece, homemaker, piece, 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 homemaker. I was like, dude. And so she was like, I'm like, what's going on? I said, are you having trouble dropping down? She's like, well, everybody wants the homemaker. And I said, okay, but there's people that can't get it today. So then what are you doing? She's like, well, then I'm just telling them they should reserve their first call special. So that way they could get the homemaker later and get the deals. I'm like, cool, that's an issue. And she's like, oh, well, they didn't want 2 blocks, or they didn't want whatever. And I was like, Crystal, we can get the block back, and we can get credit. They can get credit for the block, okay? So we can give them extra free stuff, whatever. Like, they don't need to have 2 blocks. Like, they'll get credit for their block. I was like, but they get a way better deal by buying a set. And whenever they're ready, whether it's in a year, 5 years, 10 years, it's really easy to upgrade. And then I showed her how to drop down properly, showed her how people could trade in, to the company. They get half, like the company gives them half credit of the block. Us, you can just take it and just give them extra free stuff, and do an upgrade. But making sure that she was aware. And by the way, immediately her average order went from being like 3 something. And if you looked at it, like literally her sheet had 13 appointments, 11 sales. You're like, does that sound good? Yeah, 11 out of 13. Her total sales were like 3,700. Does that look good? You're like, yeah, all right, her average order. But I know that our best reps all have over $500 average order. I know that. So when I look at that, I'm like, all right, there's an area of opportunity. And even with sharp reps, all of you guys should be over 750. All right, Tay's at 800. Like, you should be over 750 in your average order. So if you're not there yet, there's an area of opportunity there. Okay. So I can look at this and I was like, okay, 3 something, area of opportunity with her average order. And then when I looked at her results, I knew exactly what it was. She needs to learn how to freaking drop down. She's not selling anything in between. It's like homemaker or pieces. So this lets you really look at it. Like, you guys are doctors, and you need to be able to look at it and fix them right away. And if you go to the doctor, they look in your ears. Okay, cool. And they're like, here you go, you got this wrong. And you're like, what? All right. And literally in 5 minutes, they're just like, peace out, and you're like, seriously. but that's what they do. You need to be that for Cutco. You need to be able to look at this. So you see that they're getting 2 recs, 1 rec, whatever. They're not asking for recs properly, okay? So you see that right away. Hey, ask me for recommendations. It's the first thing I'm gonna say to them when I see a sheet that has 3, this has 7, 8, 3, 3, 10, 10, 0, 3, 0, all right? Ask me for recommendations, because it should just be 1 or 2 that have less than 10 if they're doing the sponsorship properly. If they're getting solid recs, 8, 7, 12, 16, 6, whatever, then I know they're good at asking for recs, but they're not using the sponsorship, you know, and if they use a sponsorship, that's gonna take it to the next level. If they're just like not getting a lot of recs, but regardless, I'm gonna say, hey, ask me for recs real quick. And I wanna see how they ask for recs. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, hey, you wanna make sure to get this down, because when you look at this each week, your job is to find the areas of opportunity, give them the things to work on so they get better for the next week. Cool, that's the whole objective. It's not to collect this to pay them base pay. It's to see how we get them better at the business, okay? So I wanna make sure we're utilizing this the right way so we can get better, we can get people better at the business. So when you look at this, I'm like, all right, cool. So with her, she didn't even put recs, so I have no idea how she's doing with recs. What does that mean? I don't know if she's gonna die this week because she has no one else to call, or if she's like, boom, here all summer, because she's getting 20, 30 recs each time. And even if they suck at sales, we can show them how to get good at sales, but we know they always have people to see. All right, that was me. I wasn't amazing at sales in the beginning, but I had a shit ton of people to go see. You know, so like my manager knew I was gonna stick around. I'd rather a rep that's selling small, selling pieces, selling whatever, but is getting 20, 30 recs each time than a rep who's selling a homemaker each time and getting 0 recommendations. That rep is gonna die, all right? They're not here to stay. So we wanna make sure they're building their business the right way and they have their foundations down. So this is very, very crucial. So here, we're looking at the recommendations, the leads that everyone's getting. We're looking at TPO, but you're looking here. So she was having problems selling sets. You know, like that's something that she's had issues. And by the way, this might have been from last week. This says, yeah, this says 22. So this was her advanced training sheet. So was this even submitted last week? I don't think base pay was submitted last week. So we need to look at that and apologize to our guys that, you know, stuff didn't get sent in properly. And I'll call them all because like no one, you know, this wasn't paid attention to. And like, this is something we can't screw with. This is people's money. This is where we get a bad rap for people not getting paid. Cool. So I'll take full blame that, you know, that wasn't done, but now you guys know that's your responsibility Tuesday mornings. Cool. So first thing when you come in, take care of that. So we're ready to go. All right. Then
QPR shoots, we do that every Sunday.
Right, every Sunday, and then the kids who come into advanced training, bring them on Monday when they come to advanced training, because those guys usually don't come on Sunday. So the guys who launched out Friday typically come back Monday, all right? We usually don't have them come in on Sunday. Now, if they're struggling, they're not doing good on their demos on Saturday, you're like, hey, come in so we can work on stuff and just see what's happening so we can help them finish strong before they come to AT. But in AT, they're gonna get good stuff. You know, Sam came yesterday, boom, right after, sold a complete set, you know, with Stake Net. So they're gonna get really good stuff in advanced training. We wanna help them succeed. So we look at this. So this right here, if I'm meeting with somebody, this is marked, you know, and I'm putting, all right, so these right here, single people. So her first weekend, I'm like, hey, those, you know, nice job selling on 2 of them, you know, out of these 4, but these right here, those are harder shots, you know, and when you know how to shoot them, you could probably make more of those and you'll also sell more sets. And so she was selling a lot of pieces. Be like, and if you're seeing those first, that lowers your confidence. And so that's going to hurt when you go see these because you're just expecting everyone to buy pieces, you know, like that's why we want people starting with their best people first. So they gain that confidence in selling sets and they can go out and keep doing that, you know. It's so funny. And I'm sure you've seen, like I've had reps and like they get confidence in a set and they keep selling the same set. Like I've seen someone sell the same set 2 times in a row or 3 times in a row. Everyone really likes that one. I'm like, you really like that one. And they just show it with excitement, you know, or they really love a piece. And they're like, you gotta get this back. And they're like selling spatulas on every damn demo. I'm like, what? Like, I just love that thing. Well, yeah, no shit. Look at your results. I know you love it. Like you're super excited when you show it or talk about it. That's why you sell so many of them. So anyway, I wanna make sure to look at this. And then they need to have their address and everything there too, normally, but you wanna make sure you have a phone number, you know, but were they live or virtual? I know if they're live or virtual because it has the email address or their, you know, their full address. All right. So I do like to have that on here. And then again, whoever accepts the paper. So here I'll say, hey, focus on MAP customers. I'd rather you do less appointments with the right people and see less of them, but then build off the right people. Be like, you can see the other ones, but you need to know your 8, 9, and 16. So you have to pass your skills check. And typically once they're over 3,000 and they've passed their skills check, I'm a little bit more lenient with them seeing people, but even then they're faster. I'm like, hey, keep sticking to max. But if they have like a single person, like, no, I know they're going to buy, and they're over $3,000 and they've passed their skills check, sometimes I'm more lenient with that because I know their commissions are going to be higher, like they have 20% commissions, whatever. But I don't just say, oh, you can see whoever, but I'm just like, hey, until you have, like, that's your foundation. Like, don't even start shooting free throws yet until you get your layups down. Once you're over 3,000 and you have your basics, then we'll give you some more exceptions for like if you want to shoot some of the tougher shots. But even the most experienced guys, if they have an option of a tougher shot or a layup, what are they going to choose? Layup shot all day, every day, I said, but if you have an exception sometimes, once you've passed your skills, we're more lenient with that, but we just want to make sure you get your foundations down.
I honestly don't know. I haven't had like a PC with you in my home, so I don't know if they had a PC with anybody else in the office.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you have like an email with like a PC 1 through 11.
You guys should have all received that from Mary before. Did you guys not get that? The PC program? Okay, so I'm going to send it to you guys right now. I sent you yesterday. What did I send? I sent PC 1. What did I send you guys the other day? I sent you the stuff for PSP. I sent you the outline. I sent you signups for Champions Club. I sent signups for PCs, which we need to print that out. So we have one of those for each day. So we can be signing people up for PCs. Every week you should PC your guys. Every single week.
Sign up sheets.
Already up there? Okay. And are there Champions ones up there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
It's not PC 11. It's PC on day 11. That's their second PC. Yeah. So it's like their after Fast Start PC. So they get one each week. First week is day 4. Day 11 is right after their Fast Start. Then the third week, then the fourth week. Now, if they're struggling, you want to see them sooner. Like you can do more than one. No. So I'm gonna do that right now. So GCK. No, I'm sending it to whatever's in the group email that I have here.
Assuming it's St. Lawrence.
I'll tell you here in a moment. So rep development, compose. That's what I have in here for you. Okay, it's loading. I'm going to send it to you guys here in a second. Okay, so rep development, boom, coming your way. So you have a folder, a file you can open, and that has PCs, stuff for PCs, and stuff for PDI. All right, so that you guys have that there. So in the PC, it has a whole PC program, all the documents, all the outlines. In the PDI, it has our regular PDI spreadsheet. It has the Florida PDI handbook that I grew up on that walks you through each day, what to talk about each day. You guys need to print that out or have it up on your computer when you're doing PDI. I don't want you doing PDI without the handbook. Cool. Okay. It tells you what to say. It tells you what to focus on. And then you just need to make sure before you start PDI, what are the specifics to these next 2 weeks? People need to know what's happening 2 to 3 weeks out, not the day before. So 2 to 3 weeks out. So I shouldn't talk to anyone 3 days or 4 days before an event and say, hey, Wednesday, are you caught? And they're like, oh, what's happening Wednesday? Like that shouldn't happen. They should know 2 to 3 weeks out. Cool?
You said Bruno's leaving tomorrow, right? Evan, you said Bruno's leaving.
Okay, so, and she leaves for how long?
Awesome. You got a good friend number?
Till Wednesday to Friday.
Yeah, so
to this Friday or next week Friday?
When she's gonna follow up.
7.
This Friday.
Okay, so she's just gone for like 3 days.
Passport.
Okay. Oh yeah, she's going to Orlando to get her passport. I forgot about that.
If
So
you don't hear back from her,
once I do
then,
this, I write down like what to focus on. So I'm like, focus on max, 8, 9, pass your skills check. Once you're past that, then we can be more lenient with your singles. Cool. But we just need to make sure we get your layups down and you're feeling really confident with that. And then I'm going to put my name here, Kathy, that I signed off on this. And so she's getting paid. And we show it to them. You actually show them what their paycheck's going to be. So you say 7 times 16. All right. And you do, and you show them what it's going to look like because they need to know if it's off, why it's off. Okay. So this is how this works. You go, okay, 7 times 16. Just say, hey, I'm in a meeting real quick. So 112 is a total check. Allie, say, I'm in a meeting. I got to go. So 112 is what she was guaranteed. All right. Then I looked 264. She was brand new. It was her first weekend. So how much does she earn when she's brand new? 10%. All right. So you want to look at their career sales to see where they're at. We know she's brand new, so she made $26.40 from her sales. And when they're AT, this should be happening in advanced training. I go, hey, by the way, tonight with the stuff that you learned, we should wipe that out. Cool. You've got 3 demos tonight, and so that sales number is going to definitely be higher. You implement the stuff that we showed you and give examples. Hey, when Billy left advanced training, he sold a complete set with steak knives. When Sam left advanced training this week, sold a complete set with steak knives. You know, someone else sold a homemaker, whatever. Like any pop after advanced training, you always want to share that success. You know, one of my guys, Joel Feliz, his first weekend had sold a fishing knife, okay? Left advanced training, sold 3 homemakers back to back. So making sure that they're excited to implement the stuff that they learned in advanced training, make sure that they're calling in while they're there. So now I'd let them know, okay, so you're gonna see, so what your paycheck's gonna look like, and I always like to show them what it's gonna look like, is you're gonna see on your check, base pay, so you're gonna see commissions from sales, $26.40, then you're gonna see it's gonna say minimum incentive, and it's gonna say $85.60 for your base pay, and your total check will be for $112. Cool? If anything's wrong, is there something wrong with the order, or there was something wrong with the base, be like, but that's what your check should be. All right, so if there's anything off, let us know, but that's what you'll be getting next week. Be like, hopefully it's gonna be higher because you got 3 demos today, so we can increase that number. But as of right now, that's what your check looks like. Cool?
And that's that sales.
Correct. She made 10%, and then the difference is what we add for base pay. So when they get their paycheck, what it looks like is whatever they made off commissions. Then the manager, we add the difference in base pay so that they're guaranteed the $16 per appointment they were guaranteed. Cool? And this shows it. If you look at, does anyone have a manual with them, an actual training manual? So if you look at the actual manual, I believe it's page 33 that goes through the pay. It shows the example of how the paycheck is calculated.
Okay.
So you always get commissions from your sales no matter what. And then what we do when we guarantee base pay is that whatever the difference is, it's added to their check. All right. So the system does that automatically when you put it in there, but they're going to see commissions from sales. You're going to see minimum base pay, and then you're going to see the total check. All right. So just make sure they know that, you know, like I like to explain it, especially on their first check. So this is for you guys when they're finishing advanced training, anyone who's helping out with that on Mondays or helping out with that, you know, on Thursdays, need you guys, you know, making sure to support and collecting these properly. All right. And then obviously Sundays when they come in for PSP. So this one, again, didn't even have any information. Thank you, you know, Detective Short. So he saw, you know, new on like 2 of these. So he's like, oh, that's Ryan News. All right, because right now, no one will be getting paid. And I'll tell him, I'm going to send him and be like, hey, I'm so sorry, you never got paid because there was no information on your sheet. And that's our fault as managers that we accepted a sheet without information on it. But one of the guys read through and was able to figure out, you know, this is probably yours. So I wanted to, and I'm going to call him and confirm, hey, are these people the people you saw? Okay, cool. We've been trying to figure out whose blank sheet this was. And so we'll get you paid on that this week. All right. So we want to make sure, again, our people are getting paid. You guys already know Vector has a bad rap with stuff. We don't want to add to that. So again, here, wife, single, wife. This is first weekend. All right. Who are they supposed to be seeing first weekend? Husband and wives together. So I'm like, hey, what happened with their husband? Now they see some wives alone sometimes, but we need to find out, hey, what happened? Like, especially when someone's more middle income person, middle lower, like it's better to wait till later in the evening. It's better to wait till the weekend. To make sure that they're actually like, you know, maximizing their demos. And so I'd say, hey, great job. Like, you know, he did some great job with sales, but I'd say, hey, hold off on those because these could be a lot higher once you have your skills down, okay? So just hold off. Like, who do we have that? And I'm going to dive in to see who does he have that's an MAC. And here he got 0 recs, 0 recs, 10 recs, 0 recs, 0 recs, okay? So we need to see what's happening. Quiz them and let them sit down and make sure they have the 3 bullets. They've got to be able to recite those 3 bullets. So then I'm going to say, okay, you're guaranteed $16 times those 4 appointments. So 4 times 16, $64 is what he was guaranteed on the base. Hey, watch me do this. So guaranteed off the base pay, 4 times 16. You got that, right? That's how pay works.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sold 534. So 534. Commissions from that, he makes 10%. So that's $53.40. He earned off his commissions. All right. No, Joshua. So that with the $64 means we owe him $10.60 is what he's owed from base pay. Okay, so his total check will be $64. $53.40 is off sales. $10.60 is owed off of base pay. And again, he's going to have to do demos that night. If it's Monday in advanced training, it's like, and by the way, this will change up. You've got 2 more demos tonight. Let's see if we can get a third. But if you implement what you got here, you could have a grand night, and that's going to change the game completely. That's going to get you another, $100, or what would he get off of selling $1,000? $125, because 50 of it will be at 10%, and 50 of it will be at 15%. All right. So I'm like, hey, you sell $1,000 tonight. You add $125 to your paycheck. This was Brandon. So again, whoever accepted, right, this is what they're guaranteed, right? So if I have someone, I don't know, if we did yours, and so this doesn't even have all the CPOs, like this is not okay. This cannot be turned in blank, okay? I'm not doing work, but here, let's look at, and his actually, I think his commissions was higher, but Joshua Jordan, your guy, he did 8 appointments. So how much was he guaranteed? 16 times 8. That's $128. Cool. What did he sell? His CPO was $12.53. So he hit a promotion. So from 0 to 1,000 Tay, how much do they make? He ran 1 million interviews, 10%. The next level from 1 to 3,000, how much do they make? 15%. So off of 255, he's going to earn 15%. Off 1,000, he's making 10. So that's 100, and the system calculates this for you. But 255 times 15. All right, it's 38. So his commission check is going to be $138.25. So he was guaranteed $128 off the base. This is how I like all the sheets to look. $138.25 off of sales. So I do this and I write no base. All right, and I give him a high five. I'm like, cool. Commissions were higher. That's where you always want to be, but you always have the base pay to fall back on if it was ever high. All right, if you ever had an off week. So the commissions should always be higher. The only time the commissions is lower is typically the first weekend. And then if we didn't coach them right their first week. But after that, it's like they should be putting on a freeze if they don't know they're 8, 9, and 16. Like I do not let them go past their fast start unless they know they're 8, 9, and 16. So when they come in that next Sunday for their PSP, if they don't pass their skills check, we need to check in their kit or say, hey, can you stay here and stick around so we can get it down? But if not, we need to check in your kit and make sure we have those bases down before they go out. All right, by the way, their closing doesn't have to be memorized by that first week. They can wait till the next week. But if it's someone who's just getting tons of base pay, like I'm getting their kid in, I'm like, let's get this down. If it's a good kid and like whatever, I'm like, hey, let's get this down by next week. But I still want to hear them say it. But if they look good, they're writing down like, all right, you're good. Be like, hey, let's keep working on that, because they can have their manual in front of them. Like I encourage them to have it for their first month. But if someone's like not using their manual, not writing stuff down, okay, we've got to get this down. And for sure, page 21, like page 16, recommendations, they've got to have it down. And you guys just want to look, because again, off the first 1,000, they make $100. Off the next 1,000, make 15%. That's where most of you guys are going to be. If they're higher, like Billy, his first weekend, whatever he did, like 8 appointments, and he sold like $3,000. So 8 appointments, he was guaranteed $128. His commissions was $400. So what's his paycheck? $400. Okay. So commission's always higher, but if the base is higher, we just add the difference to the check. So company will always pay commissions. Me as a manager, I pay the difference to make sure they always got what they were guaranteed. Okay. So anyway, we need to finish going through all these. This one here, Bradley, he was guaranteed 7, 10, 16. So I want to make sure we're on top of this. So 112, and then off his commissions, he made $64.70. So we owe him money, all right, to make sure he gets what he was guaranteed on the base. So we need to process this through. So anyway, make sure you guys get this. So good. He put your name on it, that you're his manager. So whoever takes the paper, make sure it's on there. Por favor, that you have that appropriately. But again, we just want to track progress. We want to see where they're at. We want to see what's happening with them. Are they asking the right way? Are they explaining sponsorship the right way? And every week we're helping them get better and better with their skills. So always working on, what's their area of opportunity for that week. Like that's something that I really pride myself on, is reps that I work with. Every week they're constantly improving. Every week there's something that they're doing better. Every week they're getting more confident with a certain aspect of the business or something that they learned. And it's really important that, again, we're not just paper collectors, stack collectors, but that we're coaches. And but we're actually coaching them and helping them improve and helping them maximize their summer. You know, and as we talked about on yesterday morning, like no one quits. Like our job is to help them succeed. Cool. Unless they just hate the job, we want to help them succeed. We want to help. What are they feeling uncomfortable with? This is a different job. It's okay to feel a little bit uncomfortable or be nervous or not be sure. That's okay. I think most people have gone through that, you know, and so relate with them on that. Like, that's totally normal. Hey, we want to help you gain confidence, comfort, and succeed. So these, what we need to do, we need to pin. I need to see if there's nails in that box. All right, there are. Cool. So we're gonna take nails and we're gonna pin those clear like things on the wall that you put papers on. There's 3 of them in the other room, but they're like, so you can slide papers in, you know, like paper wall holders. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so they're in the other room, but anyway, one's gonna have for order forms, one's gonna be for, so we're gonna do white sheet order forms, pink sheets, and then their QPR. So those are the 3 little cubbies. So they're gonna be on the wall in the main room so that they all get left in there. So when it's Tuesday morning, we grab these to do it, not finding papers everywhere, finding orders everywhere. Like, that's not okay. We just haven't done it yet.
What do we do with comparisons with finished? Do you keep them for?
Once they're processed in the system, you can put them, you can toss them. We don't need them anymore, all right? If you want to keep them 1 week to just go back and reflect with somebody and you want to have them, that's up to you guys. I've never in 15 years done that, but I make notes on their PDI sheet is what I used to do before WebPDI existed, and then I just make notes on WebPDI. Told them to focus on whatever I wrote here. Like, told them to focus on Max, whatever, and so I know what's happening. And like WebPDI is great, non-paperless system, everything's there, nothing disappears. So I love WebPDI. All right, I don't like papers everywhere.
Also, do you start putting like fast start goals and stuff like that into WebPDI long-term notes? That way, like when I'm PDI and not on my team, I know they're going to be paying.
Yeah, for sure. And you also want to get like, once we get, after their fast start, something that we do is we meet with everyone to get a consistent summer schedule. You know, like I know Adam is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3+ demos. I know Galasso is going to be 3+ demos, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I know, and so we're going to get their work schedule. Again, part-timers, it's 2 to 4 days a week. Full-timers, it's 4 to 6. Hey, where do you see yourself falling? We need to find out, is there a certain amount of money that they want to make sure they're making per week? Or is there a certain amount of work they're committed to and they want to max out their pay, or is it a combo? You know, Galasso said, well, I definitely want to make $1,000 a week. And I was like, okay, cool. So that means you have to sell $3,500 a week consistently, no matter what. So we broke that down and I was like, that's 7 sales. That's 10 demos completed each week, no matter what. I said, so you can do that in 2 days. You can do it in 3. He's like, well, I'll probably work 4 days. You know, he goes, I'll work 3. He goes, 3, I'll work 3. And then he's like, well, you could just make it 4 because I'll probably end up working 4. I was like, all right. I go, can I hold you accountable to 10 demos per week? He's like, for sure. He's like, and I think I can do more. I'm like, cool. So that's the number that I'm holding him accountable to. And so if you look in long-term notes, it says, you know, summer work schedule, boom, boom, boom. And I'm about to put when he was out of town before I had you guys here.
Okay, the app is still like
Not working.
well. Megan submitted 96. I showed up in the system. Then Rajesh he submitted 189. It's like still submitting. It's just like has his phone or
Okay.
like that, but it's not. And then it crashed on Shaveen, and then Santi's haven't come through yet either.
Okay. So can you request that they download the other app and just do it on there because that one's working? Tell them that we had a glitch with that one.
Okay.
Just
So
do the other app.
We
I
went
want
on
to hear
break,
it.
but also on the mobile.
Okay. Yeah, have them use the other app and just submit them. I didn't get to call Mike this morning to confirm. I texted him yesterday, but he didn't respond to me to see if the app was back up. So it said it was up for Android as of last Friday evening, but the iPhone, some were having issues and some are going through. And it might be dependent on what model they have, right, and what updates they have on their phone. So some iPhones were working, some were not. And Android, they said it was working as of Friday night. So I texted him yesterday to find out, but I didn't get feedback on it. So, all right, cool. So those were just admin things I wanted to make sure here on PDI. And again, before making PDI, do you have your PDI handbook, which I just emailed you guys so you have it again if you haven't had it? Do you know what's focusing? So I told the girls this morning, we need to get everyone in for PCs, you know, like they have their weekly PC. Like we want to get them in ideally Tuesday or Wednesday, but, you know, the sooner of the week, the better. So we can map out like anything they need help with. You know, normally they come in on Sunday, but Tuesday or Wednesday, we meet with them to do something skill set wise. And just help them improve their business, make sure that they're making calls. By the way, on PCs is where we want to make sure to also look to see how many PRs that they have. hey, I want to help you get to 3. Did you know that when you get 3 people that work here, you're eligible for a team builder scholarship? You're eligible for the scholarship race? And they're like, no, what is that? Most people have no idea. And you're like, yeah, the company actually gives a team builder scholarship to help as a thank you for helping build a team. That's a big thing. And by the way, it's something for your resume, one, that you can just put that you were a national team builder or you were top 50 national team builders or whatever you were. And what that shows corporations is that you're someone that's tied into the corporate mission. You know, that you're not just all about yourself, but you're into the team. And it looks really good. It's lower risk in hiring when they have people that they know, like, really love to help and take the company where it's going. So that's something that really stands out to companies. But yeah, you can put, whatever you end up at, but to be in contention for it, and you can earn up to $1,000 each semester, for scholarships. And to be in contention, you have to have three people that start working with us and turn in at least 1 order. All right. Another cool thing is that when you have 3 people, you also get a K-bar knife, or you can pick out, free Cutco equivalents of that. That's something Kathy does as a thank you for helping us build our squad here. All right. So I want to make sure you guys are driving that. So 3 PRs is a K-bar. All right. Yeah, I actually changed it to 5. I'm just like 5. We can do the gift card or MasterCard. I don't know if we want to add a 7 or 8, but then I'm just like, and then 10. I want to get people to like 3 and 5. And then the gunners, we want to help them get to 10 so they can get onto the cruise. Or some will be at 7 or 8, and I'm cool with our sharp kids that if they have 5 kids that sold $1,000 or more, they can win the cruise. But if I give them cash bonuses, I'm not doing both. So regardless, drive the 3, get them on the Team Builder Scholarship. 3 also gets you your K-bar or equivalent in Cutco. 5 gets you $100 gift card, Ticketmaster gift card, or a gift card to wherever you want. Cool. And then 10 gets you on the cruise with us. So let's promote that and really drive those numbers. But on PCs, it's like, hey, who do you have that we could contact that you think would be good that I could talk to? And just have them just get their friend on the phone and say like, oh, hey, I'm actually with my manager right now. They had some openings. I thought you would be really good. It's $16 starting pay. Do you have a second so she could tell you about it? And then hand off the phone. If you don't know what they're supposed to say, it's on the pink papers. It's in their advanced training packet. They have that in their packet. It's the last page of their AT1 packet. Has the verbiage on what to say when they get a friend on the phone to then pass the phone to you. So if you're gonna, at the end of your PC, you say, hey, do you have your AT1 packet? Hey, pull that out, go to the last page. So once you tell them like, hey, I wanna help you in the team, like after you explain that, be like, hey, here's what to tell them. Just get them on the phone and say this. I'm with my manager right now, and just hand the phone right over. Cool? And that way I can help you schedule at least 2 people for interviews so we can help you keep going. Other ways, be like, if you really wanna win the cruise, you wanna hit the level, hey, here are different ways what you can do, like post stuff and then helping them out with, hey, have you Snapchatted everyone and told them, hey, my job has openings, let me know if they're looking for work. If they haven't, do that. Second, they can always put a new thing on their story, right? So place it in the story. They got a great paycheck. Snap their paycheck, all right? There's some of these guys that just finished up. Galasso had an $1,800 paycheck. So we should be snapping that, and so we need to send a Snapchat out with this check from this past week and be like, yo, first week paycheck, what up? Or something, and that's it. And he just sends out, and people are like, what? Dude, where do you work? They're not. And people will comment on that automatically, so who can he send that to just like spark interest or put it back in the face, the haters that said he wasn't gonna make any money? Then, can he put a post up? But if they really want to win it and they're like, oh, I'm like, hey, here are different things you can do that more people will inquire. People are looking for summer jobs. Some people have jobs, but like in the next week or 2, they're going to be like so sick of it because they hate their job, or they're working for like $9 an hour doing bullshit work. And so this is actually something that's meaningful experience with a chance to make some pretty phenomenal money. It's not just like, oh, it's great experience for free, which my girlfriend did that. She worked 20 hours a week and did an internship that was unpaid, because you want it on your resume and it's meaningful experience. But this is meaningful experience that also you can earn a crap ton of money. Now, it might not be in their head meaningful experience in their field being a doctor, but it's meaningful experience with their soft skills, regardless of what they do. The soft skills, and again, what are soft skills? Transferable skills, cool? So hard skills are specific to that major or that whatever they're studying, wanting to be. And soft skills are transferable to anybody, to anything that they do. So those are the self-confidence, public speaking, interpersonal skills, time management, organization, discipline, perseverance, goal setting, teamwork, all those things. They're going to help them just be better, a better leader in anything that they do in the future. All right. So apparently we're having issues with